lot of people who study civilizations, they really feel we're on the precipice of civil war, total, nuclear war, all of this kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on, do you think, like we talk about unity, we talk about, conflict and those resolutions, but do you think as a whole that this is sort of like predetermined, that it is going to happen where we're going to find ourselves there?
Like back in the day, when North versus South? I think politically, yes. I think as a civilization, no. I think we're above that. I truly do. I think the political divide in this country is so horrendous that kind of just trickles down to the everyday person. But I think when you take the political realm out of it, everyday people, you may not like your neighbor for a couple days because they were a dick and they did something wrong. But overall, I don't think you're going to have a civil war based on just human beings living. I think it's something over here that's influencing. So it could happen based on this influence over here. But I think if these folks over here kind of calm down with regards to us versus them, I don't see the Civil War happening. I know some states would like to break off of the United States and be their own country. You know what I mean? I think some of the bigger states have said that before.
Yep. Now, as a kid growing up, do you remember politics being so ingrained in our everyday life?
I do not. And I don't know if that was because I was younger and didn't give a shit, or if it was because it just wasn't thrown in my face. I also think the media is way more present than it was back in the day. I mean, we had Channel 27, Channel 21, and Channel 33. Those were our three stations
and it
living in
didn't
Youngstown.
dominate. You
Correct.
saw the president a couple times a year.
Right.
You could barely remember who he was. He wasn't in your everyday life.
Now it's fed
every
24/7, whether it's Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. It's down our throats. I think that is why people, and I don't think people, again, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think people only take sound bites of information and then they start debating and talking to others with regards to what they heard or what they saw. So I think if you don't, everyone's entitled to their opinion. We say that, right?
Yep.
However, if you can't justify and validate your opinion, zip it.
Yep.
It's like going to a restaurant and I say, Joe, how was the restaurant? You say, it sucked. It's horrible. Well, why? It just sucked. That if you can't validate and justify why it sucked, I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion. It sucked, but I don't want to hear it. But if you say it sucked because the soup was cold and the maitre d' was a jerk, now you got some feet to stand on. I may not agree with you still, but at least you justified and validated why you thought it sucked.
Well,
the soup was cold
politics,
and the maitre d' was bad.
Not only is it your feeling, but I want you to think it sucks too.
Correct.
And so I'm going to give you pieces of the information to make sure that you think that restaurant sucks too.
Right. I don't know.
How come nobody's asking us to help solve these problems? We got the answers.
We could solve. We could
totally.
Can we do a ticket? You want to be president or vice president?
I don't care.
Okay, we'll let you be president. More responsibility. I'll just sit back in the wings. I'll do the speeches. I'll do the speeches for us. Right?
Tag team presidents. Yes, let's do that.